Hello guys, it's ACN today and welcome to Game Time Decisions. Today is December 19th and this is our second episode. So if you guys been following us for I guess more than a day, you would see that our last picks didn't do the greatest. I can assure you that we do a lot better than that. Alright, so let's get right into it. So for my favorite 4 games, I have Phoenix at Minnesota. My pick is Minnesota -5. Washington at Indiana, Indiana -6. Detroit at Chicago, Detroit +3, as well as Dallas at Denver, Denver -9. Detroit at Chicago, and what I'm taking is Detroit +3. Both teams are looking great right now, but Detroit's definitely looking better. When you look at Chicago's offense, it basically shows exactly what you assumed before the season started. Chicago can't shoot. They're shooting at like 43%, and you don't take a great deal of threes already. So that doesn't help as well. Chicago's basically banked on Robin Lopez and Taj Gibson grabbing a whole bunch of rebounds and giving them second chances, but I don't think that's going to fare too well when you have Andre Drummond trying to grab those rebounds as well. So if they can cut right into their strategy by doing just that, I don't see Chicago being able to pull the length over the younger, longer team. So I'm going to give this to Detroit. Okay, so Washington and Indiana, and I'm taking Indiana -6. Washington's on a back-to-back, and they played until the very last moment. They didn't pull that win out until, I guess, like the last 5 minutes of the game. Indiana's a great home team, and it looks like things are starting to click. And I don't see Washington on a back-to-back, considering who I believe their X-factor to be, Marcin Gortat, is 32 years old. So I think that's going to wear on him when he's facing the younger, snappier Miles Turner. Indiana's starting to click, yeah, so I feel like with their defensive abilities and capabilities, they're not going to let Bradley Beal go off for 41 points. They're not going to let John Wall penetrate as much, and yeah, I don't see Gortat being as effective as he usually is, so Indiana -6 looks like a great play for me today. So for the first game, we have Phoenix at Minnesota, and the line is Minnesota -5, and that's what we're going with, Minnesota -5. Both of these teams have come off bad losses. I'm going to say Minnesota's loss looked a lot worse because they played great basketball for like 3 quarters and ended up losing it in that 4th. That's always been one of my biggest deals about Minnesota. They just don't play 48 minutes of good basketball, but albeit that was against a great basketball team. Minnesota has the confidence to know they can beat Phoenix, and I know they're not going to be taking any games. Phoenix is one of the highest fouling teams in the league, so I can expect them to continue that trend, and I don't trust Phoenix on the road too much, so I'm really liking Minnesota to come out this one the victors. Dallas at Denver, and what I'm taking is Denver -9. Yes, I do know Dallas blew them out last visit, but Denver has made a lot of changes since, 2 of them being starting Jokic, who scored 27 in the last visit, as well as starting Wilson Chandler, who's just a great offensive weapon. Dallas is playing a back-to-back, and playing a back-to-back is hard. But playing a back-to-back and going all the way to Denver, that's even harder. I see Denver learning a lot from the first visit and correcting all those mistakes and really taking advantage of a tired Dallas team. I see Denver coming out hard from the beginning and winning this game from basically start to end. Sorry. Denver -9 seems like a great play to me. Okay, and just for a recap of everything, so I got Minnesota -5, Indiana -6, Detroit +3, and Denver -9. So those are my 4 favorite picks. Like always, if you have any comments or suggestions, you can definitely leave them below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you may. And yeah, we'll get to see tomorrow who wins today, whether my picks are better or Shadow's picks are better. And by the way, you can always find all of our picks within the description as well, so check those out. And remember guys, gamble responsibly.